Hi everybody, this is Biagio for beehivekits.org, and if you're new to the site, this video will provide an introduction as to what beehivekits.org is all about and just help you get started with your beekeeping journey. So beehivekits.org is separated into two parts. The first part is a learning center, which has a huge amount of educational and informational material about beekeeping and beehive kits. And the second part is a shop section where, whether you're a beginner or an expert beekeeper, we offer high quality beekeeping supplies and beehive starter kits. So again, if you're a beginner, our learning center will be perfect for you to browse through and really get a feel for the different type of equipment that you'll need to get started. Once you're comfortable with that, you can head over to the shop section, and hopefully we've educated you enough where you can make a purchase of the right beehive starter kit or supplies that fit your needs. So with that being said, I kind of just wanted to run through the different parts of the Learning Center. So this video will be part of a video series that will be an overview of our Learning Center and the educational material that we offer. One thing that you can do before we get started is scroll down and download our Beekeeping 101 guide. It's totally free, and it's just another great resource that will help you get started. So with that being said, I wanted to run through the different types of beehive kits that there are. The rest of this video is really geared for beginners and those of you looking to enter this great hobby. So if you're an expert or you're just looking to shop, I suggest you cut out now and check out our shop section. You'll see everything is broken down into some really nice categories there. You'll be able to purchase really high quality supplies and beehive kits. So for those of you that are beginners and are here to learn some more, let's dive into beehive kits and what they are and what they're made up of, etc. So essentially, a beehive kit is a starter kit that provides you everything that you need to get started in beekeeping. So our goal on the site was to educate and then provide you with the right materials and kits. So we typically only carry 15 or less beehive starter kits, and we like to only have the highest quality kits, so we keep the decision fairly straightforward and simple. We don't want to overwhelm you with 50 different kits, and that's kind of how we do it here. So before you buy a kit, though, obviously you want to know what they're made of and how they're made and what everything means, etc. So I just want to run you through the different types of actual beehive boxes, because that's the main component of a kit. All of our kits have everything you'll need to get started other than the actual bees. So getting into the beehive boxes. Now there's two different types or styles of hive boxes. There's the Langstroth hive and there is the top bar hive. So we'll review the Langstroth hive first, and all of the beehive kits on our site are Langstroth hives. And basically a Langstroth hive has individual movable frames that bees build their honeycomb into, allowing the beekeeper, you, to move, adjust, and work with individual frames. A top bar hive, it basically allows for a single comb instead of individual frames. It's just one big comb that hangs from a top bar. The main difference overall, though, in terms of function is Langstroth hives are known to be much easier to work with because they're more versatile, they're easier to move around, and they allow for greater expansion. If you want to build upon them, you can literally just keep adding boxes like you see here and make the hive box as tall as you need. Whereas a top bar hive, you're just constrained to the dimensions that you originally built it out with. To go over the Langstroth hive here, most are made with the exact same setup. They just have a different number of actual boxes here. And you can see I have a real world example on the right, and then this is a little diagram here. You have an outer cover that's typically covered with metal or aluminum, keeps the rain out. You have an inner cover, and then here are your honey supers, a queen excluder, and a deep super. You'll also have a bottom board and a stand. So this particular setup, just to explain a little bit more, and you can learn more about this in the Learning Center material, the honey supers are the top boxes that you will harvest your honey from. So this honey is for you up here. The queen excluder is an accessory that basically keeps the queen from moving around into your honey supers. You don't want the queen in the boxes that you're going to be harvesting your honey from. The deep super down here, this is the honey for the bees. So this is their food. Bees produce honey as a food source. This is what they need to survive. Everything needs to be separated so that when you harvest, you're only taking out extra. You're taking from them what they don't need to survive. This bottom board here is an entrance reducer that will help keep out pests and other bugs that aren't supposed to be getting in there. Most kits come with it, and it's a very helpful accessory. In terms of the actual inside setup, what's in the box, you could see these are the frames here. They hang typically lengthwise this way. So this is really a better picture of it here. So if a kit says it's a 10 frame box, if you count across, these are just like open picture frames. So there'll be 10 of them going across. So that's what that means. If you see some boxes have 8 frames, some boxes have 10 frames, you just have to keep in mind the more frames that a box has, the heavier it's going to get when it's filled with honey. So that's kind of the quick explanation of the Langstroth hive. And just so you have a good idea of what's inside and the construction of it. Most of the kits on our site come assembled. There are ones that require assembly. Those are usually a little bit cheaper because you're saving on shipping size. So the assembly for any of the unassembled starter kits is quite easy. It's just going to require nails or screws. Everything, all the wood is actually already cut and dovetailed for you. If you're handy, buying an unassembled starter kit, it's not going to pose a difficult problem for you to put together. I hope that answers a lot of questions you might have. As your needs grow, basically, you can add supers. You can just stack them one on top of another. So that's the advantage to using the Langstroth hive. This is the top bar hive. And again, we don't sell any of these on the site. Most people end up building their own. Personally, have never worked with the top bar hive. You can see this is one here, just a picture of an actual one. Then our diagram here, you can just get a cross section of the inside. But basically, usually there's a viewing window that slides shut back and forth. You can see what's going on inside. And then here, this is usually a hinged top. There's bars on the top is the best way that I can explain it. They start to build their honeycomb off of these bars. So they will hang from the top down. So that's really the basics of this hive. These are not as versatile just because you can see here, it would not be easy to expand. One advantage is, depending on the size that you build it, that's all it's going to be, and they might be a little bit easier to move around, but you shouldn't be moving around your hives that often anyway. So overall, the Langstroth hive is really the most commonly used hive box. All of our starter kits will be Langstroth hives. I encourage you to check out our learning center. If you go to the Bee Hive Kits section, basically most kits come with the hive box. They'll come with a beekeeper veil, beekeeper gloves, smoker fuel, some hive accessories. So a hive tool, a bee brush, and most of them also come with a beekeeper's beginner's guide. It's just another book that'll help you get started. That's kind of the overview of basic beehive starter kit contains and what it's made up of. We really encourage education, and if you're new to beekeeping, it's really best to learn as much as you can so that you can make an educated purchase. On top of that, you can learn more specifics on bee smokers, hats, and apparel, which I'm going to cover in some other videos. So for the purpose of this video, that's going to be it. Thank you for visiting beehivekits.org. We wish you the best of luck getting started in this really rewarding hobby. So thanks again, and from everyone at beehivekits.org, have a great day.